Hey everyone, today I received my Destiny Alpha code from Bungie. This alpha presents the player with a recent milestone build and lets you engage in a variety of gameplay modes from free-range objectives to PvP domination and the normal story mode. You can play the campaign and roaming missions in a co-op party with friends if you like. The alpha runs until the end of this Sunday, but there will be a beta in mid-July. When you first start the game, you'll need to decide on your character's race, human, exo, or awoken, and the class, Titan, Hunter, or Warlock. Each has a special attack and different skill trees you can progress through. You can set up multiple characters if you want to experiment with each type, kinda like in Borderlands. Like other RPGs, as you finish missions or compete in multiplayer, you level up. Just in this alpha you start at level 3, so you can quickly experience unlocking your special attack at level 4. At first glance, the landscape and the building graphics remind me of the latest Killzone. The background music is very dynamic and changes with the story, to be expected as the composer worked on Halo, which always had sweeping music. The player and enemy models also harken back to Halo characters. I know this will be a common comparison given Bungie's history, but the gunplay especially feels a lot like Halo, with the enemies attempting to evade you or gang up on you, hallmarks of Halo. But unlike classic Halo, you can aim down sight. Once I got into some co-op with friends, it felt just like Borderlands in that you can roam around looking for trouble, even if you just want to wander around without any plan. When you first begin, you'll have to finish a short story mission before you can unlock the tower, or the central hub of activity. This story involves you tracking down and fighting an enemy wizard that was apparently last seen on the moon, hinting of a future mission to the moon. Originally I played this mission alone, but later played it again with a new character class with friends along in co-op. After this, you can travel to the tower, which is like a classic MMO central hub with stores and side quests. You can squad up with your friends here and then embark on PvP or co-op missions. In the free roam mode, you click the touchpad to expose nearby objectives. Then you find the beacon and activate it. This leads to various types of smaller scale quests. What's interesting about the roaming mode is that you sometimes come across other players outside of your party doing their own missions. Like the blueberries in Battlefield, they are marked with blue name tags and your party is in green. You don't fight them, but you can work with them to defeat the common enemies. In some areas you'll come across enemies that are much higher level, and you'll have to come back and fight them later because there's no way you can defeat them at your current level. In the alpha, there's one multiplayer map in classic domination mode. The multiplayer is very much like Halo in that it takes a lot of shots to down someone. First you whittle down their armor and then their health. If you come up against a group of enemies, you'll probably lose. There's no cheap group death like you sometimes see in Call of Duty. The match was 6v6, and we'll see if they have a ground war kind of mode later this year. So, what to make of this game so far? Overall, it's a very high quality game for an alpha release. The gameplay mechanics seem ready for prime time, but it doesn't release until the fall. I imagine there's more content in development. However, for an alpha, the maps were very large with several distinct areas. My friends and I did have some issues starting up a fire team. The friends list chooser was a bit flaky. From a netcode perspective, the co-op missions were responsive, but some of the multiplayer matches tended to bog down and get a little bit laggy, but this may be due to other remote players being farther away than my friends. This was a smart idea for Bungie to release this alpha during the hype of E3 week, to allow the fans to get a taste instead of only the industry players getting a look at it at E3. I look forward to the beta next month to see what else is involved. To close out, here is a battle I had against the Hive and the Wizard in co-op mode. You can see the action is a lot crazier when you mix in your friends. Alright, thanks for watching.
The Wizard's here!
Hive haven't been on Earth in centuries. That wizard came from the moon. I thought we had them contained there. The darkness could be a lot closer than we think.